Hey, what's up? This is Sifu Cuddle, and in this video we're going to be working with the butterfly knives. So I want to give you a couple of movements and a couple of techniques back to back in a combination so you can train more with the weapon. Now, this is not supposed to be an exact combination that you would use in combat. It's more so that you're working on the training. So you're trying to get your weight distribution as you go from like a leg up stance to a drop down low stance. And you're working on using the hip to turn to power the strikes and just a bunch of different strikes. So once you train these and you get them down, you can start applying them in a more practical practice. So you don't have to change the footwork so drastically. You don't have to do the combination as exact as I have it taught here. You can do it more to your specifics where you have maybe a stabbing technique back to back, or you have the gouging technique, or you just do the diagonal chopping and slicing. So it's really up to you to base from here, but this is a nice solid technique so you get used to working with the butterfly knives. So grab your butterfly knives and let's go get to work. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do is a forward poke with the blade. At the same time, I'm going to raise my hand over my head, and because I'm punching with my left hand, or I'm thrusting forward with my left hand, I'm going to drop my left knee down into a kneeling stance. Okay, so I drop down and poke right here. Notice I keep this hand up above my head. All right, so our very first move, we drop and poke straight forward. Now from here, I'm going to again raise my hand up, and I'm just going to switch my stance over. I go from low stance to low stance, and I'm going to chop diagonally low to hit towards the calf, or I want to hit towards the Achilles tendon or behind the knee. Okay, so you want to really just take that leg out. All right, so again, forward thrust, and then we're going to chop down nice and low here. Okay. After that, we're going to be very active. So we have low stance, low stance. I'm going to raise up on I'm going to bring my right leg up, and I'm going to chop down diagonal. Again, hand over the head as I chop down diagonal. This can be attacking towards the throat as I do this, and raising that leg just in case somebody's trying to move in. I'm trying to pull my leg out of the way and counterattack, checking a kick and countering, or just working on that balance so I can power off of my back hip while I attack. Okay, so again, I have a forward poke, chop at the leg, chop at the neck. Then I'm going to drop my hand down, step down, and slice across towards the belly. Okay, so this is that big slicing. Notice it's not diagonal. I'm not chopping. I want to slice all the way through, and the blade tip points forward at the end. I don't need to flip it over. It's not a broadsword. Okay, so we have low poke, chop the leg, chop the neck, slice the body. Okay, now from here, I go cat stance forward, and I'm going to do a forward thrust one more time, poking towards the body. Okay, so again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is pressing, that back leg has the weight on it, and I shift that leg forward at the same time as I poke. The hand can come back because it's helping with the waist rotation when we practice, but if you want to practice in a more practical sense, keep the blade pointing forward. Okay, so if I'm facing towards you, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now from here, I'm going to step down, block with this blade blocking low, and then I'm going to gouge. Okay, stabbing and gouging with the backhand. Now make sure as you do this, again in the practical sense, you can keep your blade forward or up to guard here, but in training you want to pull that shoulder back. Doing this allows the shoulders to turn even more, the waist to turn even more. So it's good training here. It doesn't mean it has to be that in application, but again, you want to get the most power out of this. You're going to continue from this motion and stab. Okay, so again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, block, 6. Okay, if I'm facing towards you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, block, 6. If I'm facing this way, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, block, 6. Okay, so there you have it. Again, like I mentioned before, this is something where it gives you a foundation for the techniques. You don't have to think of this as specific back to back. I have to poke, then I have to chop low, then I have to chop high, then I have to go sideways, then I have to poke, and then I have to do gouge. It doesn't have to be like this. It can be more that you choose to use any of these techniques from different footwork positions, but as you can see, it's very active in the footwork, so it really trains your balance, weight shifting, and weight distribution. So you have to have good leg strength and good balance to be able to push from a low position into raising the leg and then actually have a strong strike as you do this. And this will pay off in, if you end up sparring or fighting with butterfly knives, you'll have a better chance of delivering strikes with the power you intend from this type of training. All right, if you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Otherwise, make sure to hit that like button, and as always, be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Bam.